morning I got an email saying, hello, I have two old Hoovers, Hoover Juniors. Didn't know what they were. Look, I don't want any more. Would you like them? And then after, I said yes. This lovely man and his wife drove an hour and a half to my house to give me these two old Hoover Juniors, as described. Thank you very much. Wouldn't take a drop of flipping diesel money, so God bless you. Thank you very much, sir. Because he wanted them saved. He literally said, if I don't want them, I'm going to take them to the tip. And on the face of it, they are terrible. I mean, this one probably hasn't got an original part on it. This old thing is just completely broken. But I think we might have something here. We need to have a look over them. We also need to have a look inside of them, because again, by the guy's own admission, that one he thinks worked the last time we touched it. This one did work and stopped. So we best check all that out first. So let's have a look at what we have. Yes, hello, my vacuum cleaner and Hoover chums. How are you today? Yes, two very familiar and very different cleaners we have today. Yeah, they are, well, this one is anyway, just your general old Hoover Junior. It's been completely refurbished, non-genuine handle grip, non-genuine bag. Might be the original cable, we won't know until we look inside, but it's probably not. The hood has been painted, the belt cover is not original, this is not original. You can tell it's been painted, look, because they painted over the rating sticker. This probably would have been a 1346A, do believe. I doubt we'll ever know what the colour was, but you know what, it's brown. It looks like most people probably imagine a Hoover Junior to look. Yeah, so far, so normal, really. I say good, normal. It's very clean though. I mean, it has a, not genuine, but pretty much brand new paper bag in it. So we'll leave that there. Oh. And its handle bail works absolutely fine. Lovely. Let's have a quick look underneath. Oh, here we go then. I don't seem to be... Oh, there we go. Look, I can recline it flatter. Marvellous. Let's start by having a look. Oh, this is the wrong size screw. The screwdriver at underneath. And we can already see that this has been painted and in a mottled grey finish that I have seen many times before. Out comes the screw. Oh, look at that look. State of order that way. What's going on in here? Ooh. Well, that's probably not going to be great, is it? Having a random spring there. We do have a suppression device and lots of cobwebs and general. That's not really cobwebs, is it? It's hair. I can't see anything physically wrong with it though. The suppressor doesn't seem to have blown. All seems fine. Live to the switch, to the suppressor and the coil, neutral, to the... Hang on, we've seen this before, haven't we, folks? On a Hoover Junior. All this fluff, although if it's the lower carbon, that's going to be a pain, because we're going to have to then take the whole thing apart. I think I'm going to find where that screw went, put this back together, and I'm at least confident it's electrically okay. If the other carbon brush is broken, we've got to take, not broken, stuck, we've got to take the motor out, but it's come a long way on a long car journey. It might have shaken itself free, who knows. We also have a brush roll with some very nice, although a little bit soft, brush strips. Right, let's see what this thing sounds like. There we go, all back together. Should also take a moment to stop and admire the lovely Volex plug in excellent condition, actually. Barely a mark on her. Very nice indeed. I don't know if it's on or off. I have my RCD protection socket over here. Oh. That doesn't sound fantastic, but I think we can assume that that class is as it runs. Ooh. What's wrong with you? Let's do what we probably should have done before and take the belt off, and now you spin fine. Oh, there's a lot of play in that motor. That's possibly the worst I've seen, although it should probably still run. Yeah. I think we could probably class that as looked at. I mean, we've seen enough Hoover Juniors on this channel, and I have probably 2 motors worth of spares and 2 spare motors. And let's be honest, look at the thing. This is they painted the rubber cord grips. That is how bow-jacked up this thing is. The best thing about that, really, is the plug and the working handle bail, because now it is time to move on to this, arguably the worst looking of these cleaners. Look, the top, the bag hook has broken, and someone's used a bit of ribbon to tie it on, which has then got wrapped around all of in there. So it sits very badly. But we'll take the cable off. Oh, I do hate it when people figure-eight the cable. No need. Talking of the cable, it's very nice and grey and ribbed and genuine, I think. It's even got a not terribly age-appropriate but equally very nice ever-ready plug on it. I mean, if only we knew where there was a more age-appropriate Volex, perchance. We can see the middle cable grommet is there. It's a little bit upside down, but equally it's not been painted. And it too is grey. I mean, this machine is grey, but if we actually turn the bag the right way round, look, we have a genuine bag, which looks like it's been weed on, but it's there. I mean, the most damage I can find so far is that, and that's only half worn through. It's all looking like a picture is forming. Let's have a look down below. Down here, we cannot hide from the fact that the handle bail is absolutely trashed on this thing. There is just nothing there at all. But the reason that the bag isn't on properly, and admittedly note the cable tie, is that this catch's screw seems to have sort of rounded itself off, but annoyingly under the thread. So it won't actually go on and stay on because you can't back the screw out to go past that. So that is a minor detail. And actually, what we can do now, if I can find it, is we can get a knife and we can cut this very annoying string off, because I don't want it to damage the bag at all. Oh, see, that's been on there so long that all the twists have turned into knots. There we go. Yeah, the bag is pretty clean, actually. Very clean, in fact. Very, 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 very clean. How lovely is that? Hopefully the wee washes it out. Yeah, down here, look, we have our original grey trim. Very nice. Oh, that sun's come out. Hang on. My apologies. Why have you come off? I didn't tell you to come off. I was just showing everybody the grey trim. The grey trim is there. We do have a belt cover, but sadly it is quite broken. I mean, somebody's very entertainingly tried to put some tape there to stop the non-existent airflow loss, because this bit seals onto the metal, but nonetheless we can gloss over that. Yeah, it is a 1334A in its original trim. This is an original trimmed machine, like hiding in plain sight. Even the hood's not too bad. I mean, there's a little bit of paint loss there and on that corner, but once all the dirt's gone, I mean, there's no paint loss on the handle. Again, that's just dirt. However, things are about to go a little bit downhill, because if we flip this thing over, yes, again, it's completely original. We'll have that off in a minute. We do have to note the brush roll. It spins very nicely. I know what's coming. Look at these brush strips. I mean, look, if I get this knife, somebody's glued them. These are literally super glued up. I don't know, are you going to focus, camera? Yeah, look. Super glued up brush strips. I mean, what the heck? So, definitely hope we're going to get this working. We'd best turn the motor, or this motor has no play in it at all. That's marvellous. What we're going to do is get out a crosshead screwdriver. Oh, I'm going to sit down and we'll take this off to check what's inside. Now, immediately I'm noticing that these are the correct screws with the correct little captive washer, although the washer is not always captive anymore, so you've got to be careful. Which is why you don't see very many of them, so immediately that's good. Oh, why this one stopped working, look. Remember that Hoover Senior that we did? Well, we've got to do that again to this, so that's cool, but I mean, bar just being very greasy, this thing is, I think we're the first people to probably ever go in it. It is absolutely immaculate. So, we need to do ourselves a desuppressor, and luckily actually, on one of these, it's relatively easy. Because unlike the other ones, it just plugs in. So let me bring you a little bit closer and we'll get that done. And I reckon this thing's just going to fire straight up. Which is good, because if you haven't guessed it by now, this is the machine that we're going to try and save. Now, the first thing we're going to do is just snip this yellow wire, because I'm not having all that out now in order to do it properly, because this is all going to come apart anyway very shortly after this video. All we have to do on this style is unplug it, really. So there we go. We need to unplug that wire. Oh, then we've got to get the feather washer off the screw, get off. Obviously this has all been on here a very long time. Then just plug the black neutral wire straight back into place. Then you do the same with the red wire. Just take it off. And then put it back into place. I thought I was going crazy. Well, I probably am. This wasn't wired up properly anyway. There was nothing connected to that. I thought, hang on, we haven't undone that screw. And we haven't. Somebody has been in here before. So what we're going to do is have a quick redo of it, because obviously we don't have our suppression device anymore. It stopped being a suppression device a long time ago. So this long wire needs to go over to the incoming and be the power to one side of the switch. And we're going to be a screw short, aren't we? We might not be, but you can go in there. Then this last screw will go there. So that's live into one side of the switch, and then just back out again and connecting down to the coil, really. And it's a very fiddly screw, because all these cable sheaves just aren't quite meant to go where they're going, but we'll get there. And then all that remains is to, unmoving the cable that's attached. Oh my goodness, that's even worse. Undo this screw. And unlike the older ones, you don't have to leave it on there. And yeah, there is what is left of our suppression device. All the insulation between those layers breaks down. And luckily this is the type where the cap pops off. Not the type, like on the Hoover Senior, that explodes. In fact, that one didn't explode. That was plastic. The metal cylinder ones, like in the other one, go kablamo. Right, I think we should be reasonably ready to put this back together. Here's our wiring, look, and give it a go. Okay, she's back together. I have sort of bodged the bag on. I don't think it's probably going to leak dust everywhere. I had to bend the bracket, bend it on and hammer it back. And I've re-cable tied the bag on a lot nicer and straightened the bag clip. So, hopefully, we come over here and plug it in. I went to plug it in, turn it on, and it didn't work. And I thought, oh, we best check the fuse. And if you remember, it blew in the other one, and there was no fuse in this thing at all. Although the wiring's pretty good, that's nice. So I found a completely inappropriate 13 amp fuse floating around in the top of my toolbox. That'll do for now. Oh, blimey, yeah. Always check the simple things. Always check the simple stuff. Now we'll go plug it in and see if there is fire. There's nothing. What on earth is going on? Oh, right. Let's do some fault finding. I jumped straight into let's just go fault finding because I've already got that set up. I have my multimeter on continuity. Oh, damn. I wonder if it's the switch. We have continuity, but then we don't. I'm wondering if the switch is a bit... Oh, let's test live from the plug to there. Oh, yeah, no, I was on the plastic bit. Oh, silly plug. We have neutral as well. I think we may be better off getting this switch assembly out. Oh, it's already turning into more than I wanted. Which means we've just got to undo those two live screws and those two screws and pull it out and through. I think it's okay. It's sort of... I don't know what that intermittent beeping means. I don't know if it's just got really dirty contacts. It is quite filthy. So I'll pop the cap off. The problem is, again, there isn't really much that we can do. I've got some electrical contact cleaner here. Yes, we can try and swoosh some of that around. But yeah, the problem is I don't think you can disassemble this type of switch, and I probably wouldn't anyway because I do have some spares. That does feel a little bit looser. Oh, wipe all the residue off. Oh, it burns. There we go. Has it made it any better though? Hook a thing onto these. It must be off at the minute. Oh no, we get no continuity now. What? Oh. That's suddenly a nice, solid, clear beep. Ooh, right. Let's get the rest of this back together then. And try again. Right, second time's a charm. Second time has it running, but oh, we have yet another issue. And again, this one is probably reasonably simple. Oh my goodness, why are you fighting me? We could just never show this video and just throw you in the bin. Sorry mate, couldn't do anything with it. Yeah, passed it on to a good home. Why are you fighting us? What I think that sound was a carbon brush, or it's burnt out. Find out by lifting a carbon brush anyway. It's probably not going to be this one that's the problem. No, of course not. Ooh, yeah. I think the armature has seen better days, certainly. We'll never tell without taking it apart. Actually, I can see. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. Seems okay. Definitely wasn't a happy sounding little motor though, was it? Unless somebody's had a go before. So, well, what really are we? Oh, how far do I go with this? Do we now see if we can make a good motor out of two here on the floor? Well, this is only supposed to be a short little video. See if we can get this to run. Oh, we need to, because I want to check this brush roll out. So let's strip the motor out of both of them. Oh, hey, short while later we have the one that just sounds really bearingy from the Bojack one and the nicer one from the 1334A. So I've already taken all of the screws out, although this one has the added bonus of some sealant. What's behind door number one? Now the coil was screwed down. I haven't moved that as such. It certainly wasn't terribly happy, was it? Well, it doesn't seem burnt out or anything particularly bad. I mean, even if I hold the coil down, it's the back bearing. The back bearing has gone on this motor, but otherwise I think it's okay, actually. I mean, it's a bit grim, but I don't know, I might be alright. Let's see what horrendous things have happened to this one. Again, oh yeah, look. It's blown out a segment of the comm. Right there, there's a big hole. So yeah, okay. This one is no good. That armature is probably absolutely fine. This one, however, has impeccable bearings. So, what we need to do now is undo a load more screws to take the armature out. So we'll do that now on both of them. Oh my goodness, wow. I mean, luckily, if I just clean off the schmutz so you can see, we do have, look, one nice back bearing from the Bojack motor. We then have, oh dear, look at that. I don't think I've ever seen one so ovaled. Yeah, this is obviously from the 1334A, and bless it, it is scrap. So yeah, we'll pop that to one side. Look, we can see, if I can find a screwdriver, our broken comm segment more now. Look, it's even loose to boot. Can we break it out? Oh, let's turn it over. Come on, finish off. There we go. Yeah. So that motor is very much burnt out, but there's still a couple of good things on here, really. We'll have this belt spindle. Doesn't look very worn at all. Come on, get off. Have the belt spindle, we'll have the fur. Oh my goodness, look at all that hair. Wow, yeah, we'll have all of that because all of that is probably absolutely fine. I'll feed it. All of that will be fine, but yeah, that is scrap and on with that. So I think since we've come this far, oh, blimey, yes, we also need to throw away the carbon brushes from that motor because yeah, they're both utterly ruined thanks to that broken com. Luckily, the carbon brushes from the other motor are nice and good. So I'm actually going to, because we're not going to all this effort just to chuck this back together. I mean, look, even our keepy one has some issues. Come on, show the people that there's hair all around there. Take the fan off. There's even more hair trapped around here. So we're going to clean, well, I'm going to, because this video will go on for far too long otherwise. Clean this motor up a little bit to hoover off all the chunky stuff. Give the bearings a drop of grease, a drop of oil. Put it back together because we may as well have it purring since we know it's probably definitely going to run now. And I'll come back, hopefully, for finally a demo of that flipping brush roll. Oh, right. Shall we try switch on number 4? Front bearing still needs some work admittedly, but she runs and boy does it have good airflow. I don't think that bag's seen so much air for many a year. Now we do need to fit our bag and we shall put off this bag retaining thing, which is actually, dang it, that's a brand new genuine Hoover belt. Oh, it's a bit perished though, sadly. There's also a brand new genuine Hoover belt on the other pack, and actually it's not perished, so we're going to keep that one in the very special, very happy safe box, and we're going to fit this oval paper bag. This is what they used to do in the olden days when your bag filled up. You know, you just empty it and put it back on, and that's what we're doing now because quite honestly it all needs to be washed up anyway. I just want to test those brush rolls, and we have a lot of test dirt now in order to test those brush rolls. So as long as that stays vaguely in place, the bag's already been used without a bag, but hey ho. Marvellous. Oh yeah, and I did swap the handlebar around while it was all apart, which is why it now doesn't colour match, but the machine stays on. It's time for hopefully the fun part. I presume this belt's going to survive. Who cares? It hasn't got to last long because I don't know. I think this is going to be quite vibraty, folks. Oh my goodness, what have you done? No. Oh, hope you get the brush roll back in. Now then, let's see how terrible this is going to be. Effective, I think. They certainly seem to be grooming this green carpet. Let's get it out of the way because there is a lot of dirt on the red carpet anyway. The green carpet will be very flat now because we've been laying across it for the best part of 3 hours I've been filming this. think it's doing much better than just a good set of brushes. So what we'll do is we shall head out and fit. And again, you can tell this came from the Bojack machine. Look, 'cause it's got the same sprayed on finish as the other one. Also has a belt spindle end clip thing. They're for anti-vibration dampening. And no, I've no idea why some machines have them and some don't. I don't like them all that much. I think they're a pain to get lined up. Like in this case, where I think they actually need to come off. Brush roll appears to slow down. I think the bearings are no good in that brush roll. We'll take that brush off because it's quite good. So I think we're going to call it there. This is a very fun brush roll. It's almost a shame the brush strips weren't longer when they glued it, but I think you will see this again, perhaps not on my channel, but we might send it to a mutual friend of ours who likes big mess tests and also has a Hoover Junior, who has a wider variety of carpeting to choose from as well. As for this, well, yes, it is a complete original, nearly 100% damage free, although sadly now not 100% original in terms of parts. Hoover Junior 1334, the metal bodied in grey trim, looking lovely, and it should look a lot more lovelier when it's been refurbished. We know it now works. We'll sort the bearing out in the brush roll. I don't want that to damage the motor, so we'll stop for now. Hopefully all the wee will wash out of this bag and I can show it to you looking a heck of a lot better than it does now. But for a free Hoover Junior, I say we've done alright, especially from that angle, which isn't the broken handle. She is 100% complete. I even found, look, well actually it's a bit of a one-all. I found, look, the elusive cord clamp, but sadly the strain relief is broken, although I should be able to glue it in enough to look cool. Find out in the after video. So, what's been your most surprising free Hoover find? Do let me know down below if you've been given something that on the surface looked pretty terrible, but once you dug down deeply, it's actually a gem in the rough. Let me know down below, but until next time, I and this Hoover Junior will see you soon. Bye bye.